Good day. Our voices may be familiar to many, but we are representatives of thoughts of this time. We're here to share our thoughts on the question, how did the Loacan Baptist Church begin?
I'm sure our fellow elder brethren have their own stories of how the Loacan Baptist Church began.
Reading the Loacan Baptist Church history as a young person,
it's by far unimaginable how far the church really started. The details and the experiences would definitely be inconceivable for us new generations, because the church was already established long before we were born and became a part of it. It was in late 1940s and early 1950s that the seed of the gospel was first planted. It is indeed a very distant time from now.
I read the names of the first laborers and evangelists: Reverend Alfred Conan, Reverend Jerome Castner and family, Mr. and Mrs. Hopewell, and Pastor Anselm Valentin. People who may be strangers to me, but had a very big part of this church or this family we are a part of. Do we truly know them? May it be that we do not neglect their hard work and sacrifices reaching and preaching to the community of Loacan, simply for the sake of the gospel of Christ, and may their lives inspire us to be passionate and still reach the many lost souls here, in our community, and even unto the uttermost part of the earth.
One experience of the early believers of Loacan Baptist Church is also worth remembering: the persecution, scorns, and ridicules they have gone through. Understanding that at their time, paganistic practices were still strong and were against the gospel of Christ. Their story that people would ridicule their chapel as chicken coop or kulungan ti manok is something to note. Much more of their experience when the pews were hung on trees. Such experiences and faithfulness of the early believers are worthy of appreciation and gratitude to them who endured. Persecutions at this time? Sure, we probably have our own experiences of persecutions too. But we are more blessed today that we have a larger number of brothers and sisters who can carry each one's burden and even cry with us when we ourselves are downcast. Our numbers speak a lot compared to their time. But I wonder if we believers today have the same closeness and fellowship as theirs before. I hope so.
We have a mother church, that is the Baguio Baptist Church. It makes me also wonder, how did our mother church support and help us grow into who we are now, the Loacan Baptist Church? For years, I've read that you were able to produce daughter churches too, and currently we are supporting and helping few. I wonder, how well are we doing taking care of our daughter and baby churches? Are we doing good, better, or best? For us young generations who never got to see how the church started, will we ever appreciate the history of our church? And is it giving an impact on how we help other churches or believers grow mature?
Much time has passed. Workers came and left, and our church continues to exist and endure trying times. With this time celebrating our 59th anniversary, let us rejoice indeed and be grateful, thanking God for His faithfulness and goodness. But let us do so remembering the hard work, the sweat and tears of our beloved brethren and laborers, so that all their labor of love will not be in vain. May we learn to reflect and give worth on how indeed our beloved Loacan Baptist Church began, and challenge us to do more in God's harvest field and for the glory of our God.